I work night shifts at a hospital. Not a nurse, not a doctor. I'm just security. Mostly it's boring work. You walk empty halls, check doors, respond to the occasional confused patient trying to leave their room. Nothing special. At least that's what I thought. Until last Tuesday. We started at 3:12 a.m. That's the worst time in a hospital. Not midnight, not 2. 3 a.m. is when everything feels wrong. Too quiet, too still, like the building is holding its breath. I was doing my usual round on the first floor. That wing had been closed for months. Renovations, they said. No patients, no staff, just empty rooms and covered equipment. I wasn't even supposed to be there. But one of the nurses from the ICU called down, said she heard something upstairs. Footsteps and slow dragging kind of sounds. So I went to check. The elevator wouldn't go to the first floor. Keycard didn't work. That was normal. So I took the stairs. The stairwell door opened with that heavy slow creak, and right away I noticed something. The lights were on. That wasn't right. The entire floor was supposed to be shut down, dark, dead. But the hallway lights were fully on and not flickering. Not broken, just on. Like someone had been using the place. I radioed it in. Control. I'm level 3. Lights are active. Nothing came back. Just static. Figures. Reception is bad up there. So I stepped out into the hallway, and that's when I heard it. Call bell. Soft at first, then again, clearer. Room 312. That made no sense. There were no patients on this floor, no active rooms, no working beds. But the light above 312's door was on. I walked over, slow, trying to keep it professional, because that's the job, right? Even when something feels off, you act like it's normal. I pushed the door open. The room was empty. No bed, no equipment, just a single chair in the corner, facing the wall. The call bell stopped. I stood there for a second, listening. Nothing. Then behind me, click. The call went off again. I turned around. The hallway light above 312 was off, but now the light above 314 was on. I didn't like that, not one bit. Still, I went to 314, same thing. Door creaks open, empty room, single chair facing the wall. But this time, the chair wasn't in the corner anymore. It was closer to the middle of the room. I froze, because I knew I hadn't moved it. Then I heard something. Not in the hallway, not behind me, inside the room. Breathing, slow, wet, right behind the chair. I didn't go closer. I'm not stupid. I backed out, closed the door, and radioed again. Control, I need someone up here, now. Still nothing. Then the call bell went off again. Room 316, further down the hall, but this time there was something else. Footsteps. But they weren't mine. Soft, dragging, coming from behind me. I turned. No one was there. But the sound didn't stop. It kept going, getting closer. Like it didn't care if I saw it or not. That's when I made the mistake. I ran. Down the hallway, past 316, past 318, all the way to the end, and then I stopped. Because the hallway didn't end anymore. It just kept going. Same doors, same lights, same numbers repeating 312, 313, 314. Over and over and over. I checked my radio. It was dead. My phone, no signal. Then the call bell went off again. But this time, it wasn't from a room. It was behind me, right behind me. And the voice, very quiet. You forgot to check me. I didn't turn around. I couldn't, because I knew if I did, I wouldn't be looking at a patient. I'd be looking at something that had been waiting there long before the floor was ever closed. I don't remember how I got out. Next thing I knew, I was back in the stairwell, lights off, door shut, like nothing ever happened. I reported everything, of course I did. They checked the cameras. There was no footage of me on the third floor. No lights, no movement, nothing. According to the logs, that floor hasn't had power in months, and room 312 doesn't exist anymore. They removed it during renovation. There is no 312, no 314, no 316. That wing ends at 310. But the strangest part, every night at exactly 3:12 a.m., the call system in the hospital logs registers a request from a room that isn't there. Room 312. And sometimes when I'm doing my rounds, I hear it again. Soft, patient, waiting. Click.